Welcome once again to Reach Out. My name is Alexander Sylvia. I'm very excited to announce today we've got some very special guests. The U.S. Veterans Motorcycle Club, the Rhode Island chapter. And our president of this club is Joe Renaud. Joe, welcome to Reach Out.
Thank you.
And Tony, nice to see you.
Nice
and
you.
Jerry,
Hi.
nice to see you.
Thank you.
Tell me offhand, how many members do you have of this particular club?
In both chapters in the state of Rhode Island right now, I think we're up to 9.
Okay, your chapter is where?
The state chapter is located in Woonsocket.
Okay.
The chapter that we just started, which is called Rhode Island South, is located in East Greenwich.
About the total number is how many?
Right now is 9.
9, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Full patch members.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you're all veterans.
Yes.
And Jerry, what branch of service were you in?
I was in the Air Force.
The Air Force?
4 years in the Air Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your rank?
E4.
E4.
Buck Sergeant.
Yeah, that was the same as mine, E4.
Yeah.
I was in the Army. And what about you, Tony?
Air Force also,
Okay.
E4.
E4. And Joe?
I was Navy. I
You
was
were
an
Navy.
E3.
On E3?
Yeah.
Okay. Did any of you serve any of the wars that we've been going on, the Vietnam, and I don't think you're old enough for Vietnam.
I was Vietnam era. I went in 68.
68, okay.
Yeah. And but Tony here was he was
Desert Storm.
Oh, Desert Storm.
Yep.
I was, what, 92?
Yeah, I was 90 to 92, the March of 92.
Okay. And Jerry?
I served between 1976 and 1980. I missed any conflicts. My father was a Korean War veteran, and my
Okay.
son is an Iraq War veteran.
Very
He spent
good.
15 months in Iraq with the 82nd Airborne.
So veterans, whether they're warriors in war or they haven't been overseas, they can be members?
yes, yes.
Okay.
As I say, as long as they have an honorable discharge,
Yep.
a DD 214, which would show what duty they served and so on, the dates of duty and the discharge type. And if you're active duty, you're also eligible to become a member,
Okay.
as long as you meet the other criteria, which is
Sure, that's important.
you need to have a motorcycle, first of all, to be in a motorcycle club.
Okay.
It has to be a particular size, 750cc or larger. It doesn't have to be any particular kind. You don't have to have a Harley Davidson. You can have any motorcycle brand. This is without a problem.
What about the new Can-Ams?
Oh, I like those.
Those are cool.
I like to take one out and have some fun
Those
one
are
day.
cool.
But, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I know. Your particular chapter, how long have you been put together?
Not quite a year yet. We started last July, and we grew very fast.
Obviously, it's going well.
And
Yeah.
yes, it is. As a matter of fact, I have people contact me by email every day, and wanting to know what's needed to join us and so on.
So you are a non-profit group,
That's
Yes.
correct.
and
Yes, we are.
you raise money for different organizations.
That's correct.
Yes.
And different charities. Name some of the charities and organizations that you have runs for.
Well,
Bristol Soldiers Home
I
is
mean,
one of
The what?
the Bristol
Veterans Home.
Oh, the
Veterans
Veterans Home? Okay.
Yeah, that's one of our big pet projects for our club. We have our annual run every year, and a portion of our proceeds goes to help get the veterans there what they need.
What they need, yes. And they're in great need because, a lot of them, they don't have visitors, I understand.
Yeah.
And the latest run that's coming up, I guess that's the pig roast. That's the second annual motorcycle run, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Tell the audience all about that.
It's going to be August 27th.
Okay.
We'll be leaving one location. We'll be hitting different stops on the way. After the run's complete, we're going to end up back at our clubhouse, which is Post 85 in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, River Street. We're going to have 3 bands, DJs in between, obviously food. Vendors will be there.
Yes.
We're trying to get maybe some speakers involved at the same time. It's a good time for the whole family. You can bring your children. That's fine.
This is the second one.
Yes.
So what was the first run? What was the attendance like?
Our first run, it was really much better than we anticipated. We had about 68 bikes, I'd say, and the number of people was probably over 100.
Yeah, 100,
Nice.
125
Yeah,
at
I'd
least,
say.
yeah.
That was very successful.
Oh,
so.
very
Yeah,
turnout.
much more than we ever expected. I'll tell you, we thought we were going to be taking money out of our pockets to pay for everything.
This year will probably be bigger.
We've had more time to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
We've approached more people as far as donating stuff for raffles.
Yep. About what's the percentage that usually goes to, your favorite charities?
We try to do about 60% of our net.
Excellent.
Because, I mean, we need to keep a certain amount for working capital to start over again for the
Absolutely.
following year.
Yes.
And, I mean, we do other
Activities,
in-club
yeah.
activities, which sometimes if it's like a national thing where we have to be there, then we'll say, okay, well, listen, because it's a club event, we'll dip into our bank and say, okay, we're gonna help us out a little bit to do whatever it is that it needs to be done.
Right.
As I say, we're going to national. We're going to New York on the 22nd of May to participate in a poker run for Jacob's Light. I believe.
Jacob's Light Foundation.
Foundation.
Which is,
Yeah, I read that on the website.
Right. Yeah, and it can be costly. I mean, we go to Groton. We take the ferry over to Long Island.
Nice.
And then from Long Island, we drive up to their American Legion post, which they use as their clubhouse, and then from there, it's another $20
Sure.
to do the ride, and so we try to help ourselves out a little bit, and in turn, we're helping others along the way.
Excellent.
You know,
Jerry, what kind of a bike do you ride?
I have a 2002 1500 Suzuki Intruder.
Suzuki. How about you, Tony?
Harley Davidson, Road King.
How about you, Joe?
I have a Honda VTX 1300.
Okay. Wonderful. Tony, being the vice president, what are your main responsibilities? I know you back up Joe, but
I basically run the meetings when we do have our club meetings.
Okay.
Joe sits there, and it's my job to manage the meetings, help out new people coming in, explain certain rules, regulations, stuff like this that we have to abide by.
so you have a
and-
charter that you
Yeah.
make sure they understand it.
Yeah, and that and protection.
Yeah, right. Jerry, and your responsibilities, I understand you're a road captain?
I am the road captain.
Okay, and what is the
On
duty
any
of road
club
captain?
run, I would lead the procession or whatever you want to call it. I set the speeds, make an announcement before we take off, whether or not we be run staggered or sometimes we have to be single formation depending on
Okay.
the line. We coordinate road blockers, which I would call them out if we come to a traffic light or an intersection, just to block traffic so we can proceed as one group.
It makes it a lot
Yeah,
safer.
you don't want to be stopping, half the group missing traffic lights. So the road blockers go out and they'll,
Cars getting in between.
the road blockers go out and they'll block an intersection.
Sure.
And then they'll fall in behind the procession.
The latest run that you had, how many bikes were there?
About 68.
About 68 bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
That's a gang.
He went
that's a
to another veterans run, which this is something we try to do. As veterans, we try to participate in other clubs,
Other clubs.
and other events that are veteran related. And he just recently did the Ron Gill. Ron Gill Jr., what was he, a Marine, right?
No, it was the Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard, that's
Guard.
right, yes. He was killed while on duty in Alaska, I believe it was.
I believe it was off the coast of Washington on a training exercise. Coast off of Washington State.
Okay.
So every year they have an event for him, which this year several of our guys went, and we gave him a cash donation also.
Nice.
And
beautiful,
you
beautiful
know,
ride.
it's nice to support them, and I mean there are others.
I understand. I don't mean to cut you off, but I understand that you honored someone recently, or the national group honored someone recently. Mad Dog. Mad Dog was honored. He passed away. Have any of your club members passed in the past year?
No.
No.
None.
Thank
None at all.
heavens, yeah.
Well, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
we will attend other clubs, whether they're veteran clubs or not.
Okay.
Just out of a respect to, you know, a funeral or to a wake or something. I mean, being what we are, we're a motorcycle club of veterans. Okay, we're not a veterans motorcycle club. We're a motorcycle club, then we're veterans.
Okay.
So it puts you in a different light, a different area, like we had talked about.
That's right, you're not
earlier. I
elitists,
said,
really.
You know, we're not a riding club,
Right.
and we're not an association. We're a motorcycle club, which kind of puts us with other motorcycle clubs. It's just that our thing is that we're all veterans, and we try. We're for veterans. We're run by veterans. You know, so that's kind of our thing. We just, matter of fact, did a. Jerry and I did. What was his name? The soldier that was killed in Afghanistan. There, he come back to Cumberland.
Oh my God, his name.
Okay.
Poulin.
Guess me now.
Poulin?
Yeah, Specialist Dennis Poulin. Right.
Dennis
Dennis
Poulin. They just
Poulin.
had his funeral. We attended that. We stood a flag line for that, and we try to go to different. You know, when a veteran comes home, he's made the ultimate sacrifice, and
Yeah.
Very important that you show your respect. And the family that we rode with the PGR, Patriot Guard Riders,
Okay.
and they request your presence there.
Yes.
Unfortunately, sometimes there are people who want to protest.
Well,
these
respect and
things.
honor is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
yes.
you're all veterans. We're all veterans. I'm a veteran.
Yes.
People don't realize that freedom isn't free out there. There are young men and women out there every single day fighting and dying for our freedoms that we have, that we take for granted here in the States. You know, they just don't realize how different it is in other countries.
Right. After Vietnam, I never thought we'd see what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
many wars going on, so many conflicts going on. Do you all meet once a year nationally?
Yes.
yes.
You do. And where is that held?
Last year it was in New York.
Okay.
Next year it's going to be here in Rhode
Rhode
Island.
Island,
No
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. They kind of elected us to. Hey, you're the closest. We'll have it in your place this
Nice.
time. So that's yeah.
We have clubs in Texas.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we have one Foreman in Georgia.
Okay.
So yeah.
The one in
we-
Texas has to be quite big. I was online, and I brought up
They're
information.
growing.
on it.
All the
real
chapters
fast.
have a website.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've all got websites. Yes, they are growing. They're trying to start another chapter in San Antonio, I believe.
Yes.
They're located at Fort Hood,
Gigantic state. I mean,
and like the president down there, his name is Too Tall, for
Yeah.
good reason. 'cause
Too
he's
tall.
Very tall
really
man.
tall. Yeah,
Very tall.
He's a chopper pilot.
Yeah. Him
Okay.
and the vice president are both
yep,
pilots.
and they're active duty. And matter of fact, the president is being shipped over to Afghanistan very, very shortly.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. What about vets with? It's kind of a touchy question. With disabilities, do you have any in your club?
We don't. If they can ride, then they're welcome to join.
They're not disabled, but I mean, if they have a prosthesis, they're able to ride. and
yeah, that's
that type
fine.
of
Oh
thing.
yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely. Sure.
definitely.
Do you have anybody?
No, we don't.
No,
You
no,
don't.
we don't.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're still growing.
But we are open to it. That's not a problem.
Where's your clubhouse?
We're located in Woonsocket,
You-
Rhode
you
Island.
are in Woonsocket.
Yeah, American Legion Post 85.
River Street.
Yeah.
Now, I read on the website. Tell me about how the Vets Motorcycle Club started. I heard that the national group was called Outcasts. Tell me about that. What's that about?
They weren't. They called themselves Outcasts.
Right.
They originally belonged. The original 8 guys belonged to another veterans motorcycle club.
Yep.
And there was some kind of internal strife there. I don't really know the story. It's not something that I really want to get into with them.
Right.
And they decided, well, you know what? We can do a better job. And they broke off and said, okay, we're going to form our own club. We're going to make our own bylaws.